Welcome to another episode, a bonus episode actually, of Millennials with Mics.
Yes.
What did we review last time?
We reviewed Antebellum.
That's right. So this time we'll actually be reviewing two movies.
That we just recently watched last couple days.
The Devil All the Time.
Yes.
And Enola Holmes.
Both available on Netflix.
Yes. That's we've really been increasing our Netflix original movies the last month or so.
Well, Netflix been the only people producing new pictures for us now.
Since they're trying to, a lot of the big stuff's been pushed out still, but some of the big stuff is trying to come out.
Yeah.
So there's less bigger stuff to
deal with later.
See.
Right.
But which one do you want to talk about first? Devil All the Time?
Yeah. Let's get that one out of the way.
So a lot of people I feel like don't know what this is.
What do you mean?
Like I feel like a lot of people haven't heard of it.
No? Everyone on Netflix must have heard of it.
I don't know. Like I hadn't seen previews for it on Netflix.
Well, you know how it works. It's like it's a new release and something, then it'll be like, hey, here's our new thing, and here's they pop up the trailers and stuff like that. I feel like it's been out for maybe a week or so now. I'm sure more people have heard. Probably don't know what it is as much as they've heard about it. So, especially Tom Holland fans and all that.
For anybody who doesn't know, it primarily does star Tom Holland. Now, full disclosure, it's not really a spoiler.
Right.
Tom Holland actually doesn't appear like it's 2 hours and 18 minutes, something like that.
It's within 45 to 50 minutes into the movie.
I looked it up. 46 minutes is when he appears in the film. He is the main star.
From that point on, yeah.
The first 45 minutes or so, Bill Skarsgård would be the star. It's also got Robert Pattinson, Jason Clarke, Riley Coe,
Mia Wasikowska.
Yeah.
And
it's got a couple other names, people you'd recognize here or there.
Yeah.
Dudley from Harry Potter.
Harry Melling, yeah.
So it is set in
West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia, that's right. In rural West Virginia.
Yeah.
And the movie is described as going over let's see, how do they say it? It's technically a psychological thriller that examines themes of evil, religion, and abuse of power. Okay. In rural parts of America. It starts out set in the late 40s, like 47, 48. We see a little bit in the 50s, and then most of the movie is set in like the mid 60s, right as Vietnam is starting up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we go from there. It's a little bit of a long movie. Like I said, it's like it's over 2 hours. We'll satisfy it with that.
Yeah, over 2 hours.
It's interesting, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, it's very interesting
engaging
movie. Yeah, it's pretty it's very intense, very dramatic. Like I said, the ensemble cast is what really pulls it together.
Yeah, they're all really good.
And it's pretty violent, pretty obscene stuff.
And it's good, it's engaging. I would definitely recommend it. But I would say
for those with a hard stomach.
For those with a soft stomach, stay away. And then for anybody, you feel every minute of that 2 hours plus. Like it's engaging, but like it doesn't go by quickly.
Right.
There are definitely some parts that are slower. There's not parts that I was like, oh, that needs speeding up. There's just so much that they cover.
Yeah.
You can't help but feel the entire length of it.
True.
And that is what it is. Being as good as it was and still feeling that long is good for them, because normally movies that feel that long aren't that good or engaging.
True.
So
kind of put you to sleep.
But yeah, the cast was all really good. That's probably the best thing I've seen Tom Holland in. I feel like that's the first live action non-Spider-Man thing that he's been in. I could be wrong about that. Like his Spies in Disguise, but
he's working on some new projects. But no, I think besides Spider-Man and like a couple anime things, That's a big thing.
He was very good. I really thought he held his own in a role that dramatic.
He needed something like this to show that he's more than just Spider-Man.
Yeah,
you know,
because we were talking about this when we watched it. Like, I have no idea how old the kid is, but the day is going to come to where no one gives two shits about him being Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's going to grow out of that,
and
honestly.
He's going to need to come up with something else. And so I think this was a really good example of what else he's capable of.
Put it on his resume, you know.
He's been in some things like the current war. He had a small scene in.
That's right. He wasn't really brilliant in that, but he was.
No, but he was in it.
He was in it. That's it.
Wasn't there something else that he was in for a couple minutes?
I know he got his start on The Impossible.
Yeah, that was when he was a kid.
When he was a kid.
And besides that, there was something else recently. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But I really think that this did good for him to show his true abilities, because, as we all know, in my opinion, Marvel doesn't show anybody's much abilities about nothing. But I know I'm in the minority on that. So, oh, he was in your favorite movie, Onward.
That's animated.
I know, but still.
And I watched 30 minutes of that crap.
Oh, shit.
I did not finish.
Oh, wait. Lost City of Z. I was thinking World War Z.
I have not seen that.
Lost City of Z is that Charlie Hunnam movie.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it.
Other than that, and The Impossible, he really hasn't been in many other... Oh, he was in that In the Heart of the Sea in 2015 with Chris Hemsworth.
How forgetful.
Yeah. So, like, this is really only his, like, second or third live-action thing.
Yeah.
And his best live-action thing so far out of those, I would say.
Sure.
Of course, he also had way more screen time, too.
Definitely. But more pivotal character, yeah.
Good to see Bill Skarsgård outside of Pennywise. Mm-hmm. Really intense role there.
Doing something very different, yeah.
Robert Pattinson was also really good.
Yeah.
He
does good with those villainy type roles.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I thought everyone in this movie did good. They played their parts well. I know you're not a big fan of Jason Clarke, but he did pretty good.
He was nothing special.
He's not, but he does...
He does fine for what he's...
He does good in those period pieces.
Yeah.
Like this, Lawless, I feel like they're... Public Enemies.
One and the same, yeah.
They're all basically the same role, yeah. But he does that role well.
Yeah, yeah.
He always wears some sort of wife beater in it.
Always.
The dingy white wife beater.
Yeah. He's got a drinking problem and all sorts of issues.
But, no, it was good. I would definitely recommend it to anybody. There are some triggering scenes in it that I would be wary of for some people. Violent, abusive, things like that. So just definitely. FYI.
Forewarned.
Other than that, if that doesn't bother you at all, I would definitely recommend this to anybody.
Yeah.
And Enola Holmes.
Oh, yeah.
What were your thoughts on Enola Holmes?
Oh, awful. Pretty atrocious.
So, just...
As a movie.
Yeah, just to go over who is in it. Millie Bobby Brown is Enola Holmes. The brother of Sherlock and Mycroft.
Played by Henry Cavill and Sam Claflin.
Yep. And then Helena Bonham Carter is their mother.
Yes. Disappeared mother. Estranged mother.
And it is based off of a book series.
Right. Not by Arthur Conan Doyle.
No, it's like a book series from like 2006 or something like that.
Gross.
For real big Sherlock Holmes fans, which I think both of, like books and traditional Sherlock Holmes fan, not just the Guy Ritchie. It would definitely be disappointing.
Yeah.
For people who haven't read the Enola Holmes books or anything like that.
It's a reimagining.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
which happens. That's
different
fine.
Characters. It's more vibrant and fresh. I get that. Just not in a good way.
You knew you weren't gonna like it just from the trailer when she was looking at the camera talking.
Yeah, I knew when they started doing that was a downhill for me.
And it seems like a lot more movies are doing that nowadays.
I don't know why they think that's smart.
No.
Like that when I saw the trailer and that's when she kept doing it, I was like, oh great, like this is what it's gonna be like. And then the whole Scrabble deciphering puzzle pieces. So like weird. Her clue thing is just putting words and descrambling. I'm like, okay. anyways.
It was...
I mean, it had its little bit of moments, like, no spoilers. At the end, it got a little...
The end I did not see coming. Like,
yeah,
that was...
a little good surprise.
Yeah.
A little good surprise.
Which, like any good Sherlock Holmes story, is how it would be. Other than that, it wasn't really engaging.
No, it was pretty boring.
It was just pretty drab.
And repetitive.
And it was another 2-hour plus movie that didn't need to be that long.
Super
like, it
long.
would have been fine at being an hour 30, hour 40.
Yeah.
But it's...
yeah, much shorter.
It's whatever. It continues the trend of having Helena Bonham Carter in just 1 or 2 scenes of a movie.
Yeah,
and then
a few flashback
good.
sequences, and then like one current scene.
Because that's breaking up with Tim Burton was the worst thing for her career she could have ever dreamed of. Not that he's done anything much since then, anyways, but
right,
she could have at least been in Dumbo or something. But
yeah,
it's post breakup with Tim Burton, her career is really tanked. Of course, maybe she isn't looking for roles. Maybe she's focusing on kids or something.
Maybe she's just so much more selective now. She's done enough, I guess.
But
yeah.
You know, she was fine for what little she was in it.
Yeah.
If you're a big Helena Bonham Carter fan, don't expect to see this
a whole lot of her
for her.
Yeah.
But it's like we said, it was all right. I think younger viewers like Gen Z would probably enjoy it more than most millennials would.
Stranger Things fans, because of Millie Bobby
if
Brown.
You're a fan of her, yeah.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill was very odd. Like, it's a younger version of Sherlock and Mycroft, so like,
yeah,
they're going to be different. But like, Henry Cavill was just a weird choice for Sherlock Holmes. Sam Claflin did Mycroft excellently.
I would think that they should have picked someone that they know can transform into that role.
Because Henry Cavill's just Henry Cavill.
Yeah, he can bring a little flair here and there, but that's
nothing.
He can't break into like Sherlock Holmes, and he didn't.
No,
because you're supposed to. Yeah, that's my take. If you're gonna take on a role like that, it's like you got to become that character. You can't just make it whatever you want it to be.
But Sam Claflin, honestly, as Mycroft was probably the best thing about the movie,
and a very different take on Mycroft too. Very different demeanor and persona. And,
yeah,
but he was really enjoyable. Sam Claflin's pretty talented.
Yeah,
so that was good.
But so let's see. The next thing coming out is another Netflix movie, The Boys in the Band.
Oh yeah, we'll probably be watching that next.
And that's got a really good cast. We've talked a little bit about that
before. Mm-hmm.
But it
Jim Parsons.
I'm very interested to see this. Jim Parsons, Matt Bomer,
Zachary
Quinto. It's got a whole slew of people in it. It's going to be interesting to see, based off of a play, I think. Yeah.
Something like that.
Based off a play. So, well, there's Watson making a cameo. But yeah, I think in October, I think the on-demand or the straight-to-VOD movies, I think, are really going to start drying
Hopefully
up.
more.
From the research I've seen, it's really going to start slowing down.
Yeah.
You have Bond that's supposed to release in November, I think.
Right.
You never know. How did Tenet do in the box office?
Terrible.
It did.
Yeah.
And there was another movie that their box office released, wasn't there?
Barely made $100 million.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, was that domestic or?
I'm thinking that might be domestic.
See, I hate when they just give domestic info because, like, that's not all that matters.
Yeah, I know.
So, quick looking here, $200 million budget. So far, came out September 3rd in the U.S. So far, it's made $285 million.
Okay.
Movies need to make
all around.
On average, movies need to make 2.5 times their budget to make any profit whatsoever.
Yeah.
So really, if you just barely made 2.5 times your budget on average, that's still bad.
Yeah.
You need to make 3, 4, 5 times your budget before you and the studio are actually making money.
Yeah.
But the thing about Tenet is it wasn't going to do good anyways.
I think it was going to be the poorest received Christopher Nolan picture, even without COVID and all this stuff right now. It just wasn't going to be.
It just didn't look that good.
Poorly promoted. It's lost on people what it was even really all about, and it just seems too much layers, too much confusion, and people already had enough quarrel with Inception for, I think, Tenet to become the next.
Yeah.
I think when you did something like Dunkirk, which is more simple, or like the Batmans.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
But another Inception Inception was a good movie, don't get me wrong, but like.
And he's not doing anything. He's not making these movies shorter. He's not.
No, he's making them longer.
Making them less complicated. He's just. Anyways, that's a whole other.
It'll be interesting to see it when it comes out on VOD.
I'm still interested to see it. I know it has a great cast. Yeah. They're all going to be really awesome in it. It's just the movie itself. I'm not
probably not going to be that good.
Sold with. Yeah.
But.
So.
Well, is there anything else for our bonus episode before we say goodbye?
That's
about it.
That's about it. Stay tuned. When we are working on season 2, we'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
So.
Have a good day, everyone.
See ya.